Alright, troops. Status report.
Alright, so our main debate topic next week. Should monarchy be completely eradicated? I watched 8 hours of debates on this topic at different levels. Here is a file of the most successful, most unsuccessful, and most unconventional arguments I deem significant. Oh, waiting on standby, John.
As expected.
I ran background checks on all 3 of our judges and their likely substitutes.
What's the forecast, Avery?
We got Jerry Parker from Jersey, claims to be bipartisan but leans progressive to a fault. He does hate overly emotional appeals, however.
File him under light blue, rookie.
Chuck Greenwood from Pennsylvania. When I say conservative, I mean it. He says he only wants logical appeals, but also often awards points for aggression over skill.
Went out with his son last week. I took photos of Red's office that could get him fired in a heartbeat. Talked with him one-on-one, and I can confirm the file is accurate and that he is definitely into me. His substitutes are nowhere near as conservative as he is, though. He seems to know the facts about U.S. history, but not so much other countries. We may be able to BS some things, but probably nothing related to U.S. history.
Good drive, Jenna. Hold off on the photos till we get to the last judge.
Final judge, Sola Ivancroft from Boston. No social media, no extensive judging record, but we do know a few things. She is Wiccan, and rules mostly bipartisan. She may lean a little left, but we, again, don't have too much to go on.
Are the organizers finally wising up? File her as a wild card, but I do have some ideas. We shouldn't interfere with those photos now. Feel free to release them after the ruling. This is an even playing field for now, and let's try and keep it that way.
Got it.
How does Blue feel about religion and government?
He wrote a thesis on the importance of preserving indigenous religions in the wake of colonization.
The other two?
Red argued that creationism, among other things, should be taught in schools. On Twitter.
The Wicca were heavily persecuted by the church for centuries, but she awarded points to a stark pro-church argument in the past.
I think that can be one of our angles. Alright, everyone, keep up the intel. If anything materializes, we need to know about it yesterday. Bring all angles to Rookie so he can make cards. If you write it down digitally, transfer it to paper, ASAP. We don't need a repeat of last year. Understood? That Harvard summer program will be ours.
Yes!
Good. Get to it.
Alright, people, what we got?
A few thousand new Insta followers.
I genuinely love that for you, but do you have anything practical to add to the conversation?
I was getting to it, Christina. One being a certain mystery judge's hot son.
What? Okay. Good for you.
I know. But I got a few glimpses into the life of Miss Magic, and I can confirm she leans just as liberal as that Jersey boy. She marches at Pride, she's involved in her local government, she respects pronouns. Like, if this thing with her son doesn't pan out, I'm still gonna be friends with her.
Fair.
I was talking to Brian, though, and he said she tries to value the skill behind the debate over the content of the debate. She apparently tries really hard to be bipartisan.
Okay, so we may not be able to pander to her well, but we can pander to one of the others while just trying to make a sound argument. It may be risky, but let's try and focus on having 1 or 2 rock-solid arguments over preparing for any possible rebuttal. God knows Chelsea has that covered.
Maybe. All I have right now is an argument that monarchy can unite people under one community, ensuring its safety?
Once it sounds a little less like word vomit, I'll run with it.
Got it. Say, speaking of Chelsea High, did we ever figure out who the league was last year?
No. They didn't as far as I know.
I mean, my money was on Jenna P, but if those nerds couldn't figure it out, I don't see how we could.
Yes, but still, who leaves our rivals' debate documents literally on our doorstep? Well, I don't think we ever needed to be BFFs with Chelsea or anything. I could do without the machismo.
Honey, I get what you mean. But without Jenna, they literally have the collective charisma to almost do one singular wink. They'd still fail spectacularly. But at least they had hope.
Please, they have computers in their schools. They don't need the ability to function at a social event.
Okay, let's retract the claws and save them for the debate. Let's bottle the creative juices for later. Okay, Mick?
Fine.
How am I the least oblivious person here? All right, let's crack those books.
So, it's room 124. Shouldn't be an issue for you to find. Turns out this captain thing has its perks. Just let me know when you're close and I'll...
With the amount of prep work we do.
Did you really think I wouldn't already know?
Not everyone can single-handedly rival the CIA, Chris.
When you have the smallest team in the state, you get resourceful.
But still, it's incredibly impressive.
Shut it. I love compliments, but we have 30 minutes before someone notices I'm not nose deep in notes or actively gossiping. And I want to make out for the majority of it. Sound cool, Johnny?
Cool!
Shit! I'm just trying to clean up!
Alright.
Sorry if I scared you, I just forgot that foundation. If I went to breakfast with a hickey, you know Mickey wouldn't let me hear the end of it.
Yeah.
Good night, Johnny.
Wait. I just wanted to say, as soon as this competition is over, no matter what happens, I want to go official. With you.
What?
You're important to me. I want you. Around me.
I would love that. Let's talk when we're both awake, huh? Night.
Night.
Shit. Okay. What do we have for our main debate?
Just that Unity thing you were working on.
Shit.
Girl, are you okay?
Not really, but I'll have to be.
An email sent to the entire competition about Chelsea's planned arguments? Is this real?
The photos aren't super high quality, but we can make out enough. We can counter this.
Good.
Girl, what's up? Did you have something to do with...
God damn it!
It's fine. You guys got this. McKinley and Shroud are pathetic. They won't be able to do jack with this. The only thing that this changes is...
Jenna! It changes the final dramatically. Paramount has all the information at their disposal. Last year, they managed to completely dismantle our closing argument in 2 sentences. Now they can do it again. They set the tone, the pace, the rhythm we have to march to because we have no idea what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing. They rarely have a fully coherent idea hours before the goddamn opening statements. Last year, they literally spun a 10-minute narrative to stall and then just bounced off our arguments. It sucks, but we can still pull through with some effort.
Fine. We can't let it end like last time. Crackdown on 3.
Three.
3.
Let's get this over with.
We can't just spend our openers talking about our district's poor funding. You're using the newest model MacBook on stage.
In the beginning, there was... line... Wait. This isn't Shakespeare.
All I'm saying is that my opponent had not considered resorting to cannibalism.
When does this end?
Look, I'll be honest. I think I should win, because I'm ginger. It's been a lifelong struggle my opponent cannot comprehend.
Look, you can't get emotional during a debate. Weaknesses will be exploited. And that's life, Buttercup. Kelsey, whatever.
My opposition states that her statements are fully factual when they are just poorly worded opinions.
In fact, if you look at the raw data, you'll find that the population would have to be 1/10 of the size for this budget to work.
My opponent doesn't have a rebuttal and continues to stall.
Great arguments all around, but the deliveries were not made equal. Paramount.
My opponent literally contradicted their own previous point with that.
I'm sorry, but that is simply factually incorrect. My opponent would have
Purposefully
you...
or not, my opposition is mumbling incomprehensibly into the mic. That's...
It was an incredibly creative argument. Unfortunately, it did not consistently hold up to the more traditional one. Piriamont! That has settled the participants for our final. Piriamont and Chelsea, please be backstage in 20 minutes. Thank you.
So, what are we doing, Chris?
What's up?
I don't know if you expected me to let it slide, but I know you're the leaker.
Johnny, that's ridiculous.
Last year, I had my suspicions. This year, I took extra measures. I was alone in my room with the documents the entire time. No one else could touch them. Last year, you could hide behind someone on my side. Not today.
That's ludicrous. You have no...
Save it, Joan.
So, you admit to it?
It's one thing to send it off to your group, but you sent it to everyone. Why?
I had a good hand. If you want to succeed in this, you have to do things you aren't proud of. I am sorry that you got hurt in the process, but we all signed up for this.
All right. Now, everyone, let's welcome our finalists to the stage. Can we get food after this?
Yes, there's gonna be a blood bath. Metaphorically, but I wouldn't complain either way.
How does Chris do it? I swear she carries the team.
Shh. It's about to start. Shut up, you idiots.
Break a leg.
Our final debate is for and against ending monarchy worldwide. Please begin.
How does one define monarchy? If you look, you will see
Monarchies were not made to create new societies. Monarchies were not made to devastate societies. Monarchies were made to protect and unify societies that otherwise cannot
pretend
govern
the system
themselves.
doesn't strip individual liberties from their citizens. Many to the point that the common man was debatably better off ungoverned.
What system is perfect? Please, name one. Democracy also strips some liberties from the people
Monarchy
to
have been
provide protections
inseparable, even
for the
before
people.
colonization became widespread practice. Most monarchies were led by a family, chosen
There
by
is
a
no
godlike
evidence
figure.
that religious freedom is denied in most monarchies. Many monarchs would let its citizens
Do we not
practice whatever
currently
they
have
want.
rules in place that prohibit the intermingling of church and state? Our great constitution is written to
Separation
grant
of church
religious
and
freedom.
state was never intended by the founding fathers. It was a suggestion written in by Thomas Jefferson.
The Founding Fathers originally intended for slavery to be partially protected by the Constitution. Intentions are not indicative of anything.
All right, we are close to the end. Please share your closing statements for the final judging.
Monarchies were only built to keep a specific family in power at any cost. They smother individual liberty, force out indigenous cultures and religions, and serve no functional purpose in the modern world. There is no reason for them to remain. Thank you.
Fine words. Paramount, that's you.
Well, it was a good run.
I believe my argument has spoken for itself. I have nothing more to add. Thank you.
We need to deliberate for 5 minutes. Please, wait here.
Damn. Is he like a behind closed doors Romeo or...
I love you? Shut up.
What was that? You should have, torn my closing statements to shreds. In fact, you should have been ahead of us from the start. What game are you playing?
Let's just say I wanted you at your best. I didn't want you going soft on me.
Isn't that hypocritical?
Look, we can say I felt bad and didn't play it underhanded, or we can whine about how I leveled the field.
You're insufferable.
Well, you love it. If you win, I'm driving up to meet you every weekend. But only if I can't talk my way into the program. We were just so evenly matched, you know?
If you win, and you won't, I'm going to mention how you actually have a chronic disease called empathy, and that you'd best be spending your time in your last days with me.
What if we both won?
That's not how...
Just for fun?
You'd convince the leaders that I'm your emotional support person, and room right next to me.
And you would bribe your roommate with snacks to keep him from screaming every time I pop in to say hi at 3 a.m. He's very jumpy.
And you would be...
Shut up, lovebirds! The results are going to be announced.
Either way, you did good.
Sportsmanship in a debate? That feels wrong.
Shut!
And our winner is...
This has been Uncivil Debate, a radio drama crew production. Creative producer, Garrick Pfeffer. Co-creative producer, Destiny Lawrence. Director, Kieran Jax Costello. Writer, Carson Cuviello. Producer, Emily Pope. Editor, Margaret Towns. Assistant editor, Ian Barry. Cass Parrish as Chris. Hunter Allen as Johnny. Amber Elizabeth as Jenna and the Wiccan Judge. Preston Young as Avery and the Liberal Judge. Ian Barry as Rookie and the Conservative Judge. Nicholas Miskey as Mick. Cody Hunter as Joan. Original story idea by Garrick Pfeffer. Thanks for listening.